Hello, welcome to episode 3 of Doctor Who in Mind. I'm Stephen, I'm a Doctor Who fan, and I suffer from depression. Those are the two topics I cover in these videos. The first half of the video will always be about depression, the second half will be about Doctor Who. That way, if you're only interested in one subject or the other, you only have to watch half the video, and it's very easy to find the half you want. Bargain. Now, before I start this one, I just want to apologise if my voice is a bit rough today. I'm just getting over the cold. I would have liked to have got this video out a little bit earlier, but because I like to shoot my videos as one take, I wasn't confident I could get through an entire 15-minute video without having a coughing fit and having to stop or pause. I don't want to do that, so fingers crossed this will go okay. Now, what I want to talk to you about today regarding depression, my personal depression experience, is why depression won't particularly show up in these videos. I mean, you might be wondering, well, this bloke says he suffers from depression, but he seems cheerful enough. Well, yes. I don't suffer from depression 24/7. My depression comes and goes. It's not like it eases in gradually, in and out. Mine arrives like someone's flicked a light switch, and it goes like someone's the reverse flick of the light switch. And even if I thought I felt up to making a video while I'm in one of my depressed states of mind, there is no way you would find the video watchable. It would be totally unwatchable. And to those of you at the back shouting, "Your videos are unwatchable anyway, mate." Well, yeah, but it's all relative, isn't it? It would be a whole order of magnitude worse to watch me try and make a video when I'm feeling down, because when I'm feeling down, I just don't want to engage with the world at all. So how bad does it get for me? Not thankfully as bad as it gets for a lot of other people. On my very worst days, and by that I mean days where I feel I'm not even functional, which may come once or twice a month, all I want to do is hide in the darkness under my duvet until the day has passed. It's not like I'm trying to escape from the day so much as skip the day in the hope that the next one will be better. And I don't feel that trying to engage with the day would be to my benefit. And I know that's part of the condition. You could argue it would be to my benefit to try and engage with the day, but when I'm in that state of mind, I'm not thinking that way. I just want to hide. Now, obviously, this presents a problem if it's a working day that I'm feeling bad on, because I do have a full-time job, and luckily, I only work 7 days out of 14 in a 2-week cycle, but they are 12-hour days when I am working. Long days, but the upside is half of all my days are days off. But if bad depression does hit me on a day off, unless I really, really can't cope, and that's only happened twice in my current employment, I will go into work and I will struggle through. I'll get my work done and I'll come home, but it may be all for the worse the next day because I've sort of just not postponed the depression, but postponed dealing with the depression. And the next day, I will probably have to retreat to bed. But that doesn't happen too often. Most of the days when I'm feeling down, I am just feeling down, but I can engage with the world and just get on with things. And there are other days when I'm completely fine. So my depression ranges from feeling completely okay through feeling off, but functional to the worst point, which is feeling I've just got to skip the day. Now, when I'm skipping the day, I still have 3 rules. The 3 things I will always do. 1, however bad I feel, I will always have at least one proper meal during the day. 2, however bad I feel, I will always make sure I stay clean and have a bath at some point during the day. And actually, oddly, having a bath, that's one of the things that makes me feel better, actually. You can, this might sound odd, but the more depressed I'm feeling, the more baths I'll have in a day. I mean, on a really bad day, I have been known to take 3 or 4 baths in the same day, just as a way of breaking up the line around under the duvet. Anyway, my 3rd rule. The 3rd rule is to always take my medication. Now, that was obviously crucial when I was still on antidepressants, but now I'm not on them anymore. It's still important because I am still on. The word's gone. What am I on? Blood pressure. Yeah, I'm still on 4 different blood pressure medicines, so it's important I take those. So those are the 3 things I will always do. I'll always eat at least one meal. I'll always stay clean, and I will always take my medication. But aside from that, I might not do anything else at all on those worst days. Okay, so we're about halfway through the video, and those of you who have been here before know that this is the time that I put the Doctor in my hat, because we're going to talk about Doctor Who now. And oddly, because I'm doing these randomly, I thought it's a bit odd that for the second week, well, out of the first 3 videos, 2 of them are on Colin Baker, the 6th Doctor, who is actually, well, you'll know as Doctor Who fans, one of the shortest serving Doctors. And on my list of stories, I've actually only had 8 entries for him to begin with, because I'll be treating, when I get to it, I'll be treating the Trial of the Time Lord episodes as all one story. Just because it's harder to review and appreciate them fully watching them out of order. So so that just takes Colin Baker's number of stories down to 8, and I've already done one of them. This is the second one I'm doing. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Revelation of the Daleks. Now, this is not, in my opinion, a top-notch Dalek story, nor is it a poor Dalek story either. I'll tell you what it is for me. It's probably the weirdest Dalek story of 20th century Doctor Who. And the problem I have with it is that it's a good story. There's some interesting characters. There's a lot of plot. But for the Doctor and Perry, here's Perry, for the pair of them, they might as well not be there, because nothing they do in this story has any bearing on anything that happens. If they hadn't turned up, albeit it was Davros who lured them there, if they hadn't turned up, things would have played out exactly as they do without them. Because all the chain of events were all set in motion by other people. The Doctor isn't at all proactive in this story. In fact, for the first half of the story, he doesn't get to meet any of the other main characters whatsoever. Him and Perry are just trudging through this wintry wasteland. Now, of course, there was stuff behind the scenes to explain this. It's pretty well known that Colin Baker and the script editor of the show, Eric Saywood, were never going to be in each other's fan clubs. I believe Eric Saywood Didn't have a very high opinion of Colin Baker's suitability for the part of the Doctor. And when he wrote this story, he did his level best to basically keep the Doctor out of it. And the DVD of this story has a distinction of being the only Colin Baker DVD release in which Colin Baker does not appear on the commentary track because, well, I don't know, maybe he just didn't feel he'd have anything very positive to say about it, because I can't imagine it's one of his favourite stories with his character being so sidelined. Oh, and there he goes. You were just waiting for that to happen, weren't you, viewers? I'm going to see if I can just pull that up and lock him in a bit. This is... Okay. I've got to keep very still when I do this. Anyway, the plot itself is a bit weird. Like I said, very weird, actually. I mean, Davros is running Tranquil Repose, which is a place for people who are suffering from terminal conditions to be placed in suspended animation. It's actually not made perfectly clear whether they're close to the point of death or they go there when they've actually died, because it does appear that they, as well as the suspended animation thing, this place does seem to be offering full funeral services, not services in the form of religious service, but providing funeral functions, basically. But anyway, these people are not being put into suspended animation at all. Davros is harvesting the brightest and best of them to turn them into a new faction of Daleks completely loyal to him. And those who don't make the grade are just turned into protein and sold as food to unwitting humans in the galaxy. So Davros comes unstuck really because his business partner hires an assassin to kill him because Davros is taking too much of the profits, and that gets set in motion, and that's already all happening basically when the Doctor now. So the Doctor and Penny just turn up, see the Daleks are there, get captured, Doctor ends up getting taken down to Davros to have a bit of one of their usual chats. And by that time, somebody has already called in the ordinary Daleks to come and arrest Davros. So Davros gets carted off and arrested by the Daleks to go and stand trial on Skaro. I mean, it's all a bit... Like I say, the Doctor's irrelevant. I enjoy the story, but I can see why Colin Baker didn't care for it. And as for Eric Saywood, well, it was unfortunate that he chose to sideline the Doctor in what would turn out to be the last Doctor Who story before the first hiatus. And my own memory of watching this story was actually that I missed most of it. I can't remember why, but I completely missed the first episode. These were double episodes in this season, so sort of 45-minute, 50-minute episodes. I completely missed the first one, and I missed all but the last half of the second one. And when I turned the TV on and watched it, I had not a clue what was going on at the time. And there was no novelisation of this story during my childhood. It was only novelised in the last year or so. I've bought the novelisation, but I've not read that yet. So when I get down to that, it'd be interesting to see how it varies from what was transmitted, if it does at all, because that's novelised by Eric Saywood himself anyway. So that's really all I've got to say about Revelation of the Daleks. It's a bit of an odd one. I'll take the Doctor out of my hat now. And what we're going to do now is we're going to choose the next story. And heaven help us if it's Colin Baker the third time in a row, because you might as well get bored of the lack of variety, if you're not already, after two. Okay, So, like before, I've got the spinning wheel. There are just 294 stories left to choose from. So we will spin and see where it takes us. Click, 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 click. Listen to it go. Oh, I thought it would stop. It's doing a bit more clicking. That is number 282. Well, that's going to be a fairly recent one. So 282 on my spreadsheet. Let's see what that is. 282. Okay. I've got some Jodie Whittaker next time. So it will be the Witchfinders. So join me next time and when I'll be talking about the Witchfinders. Look forward to seeing you then. Meanwhile, please like, please comment, please subscribe, please tell your friends, and please tell my friends. Bye for now.